Yup. 2 weeks later.
Maybe that's going to Ukraine as well. Bit of freedom. It's been 13 days since the truck went kaput. The fuel injector, which was the original problem, destroyed the diesel particle filter again, a backup, and it made it go 2,100 euros. I'll admit the truth, 600 euros to tow it in Sweden to get it fixed in the first place, back to the seller, who didn't identify the proper problem, and it went again. So we're over 3,000 euros, which Angelica helped me a great deal. The original sellers offered to compensate me 1,500 euros next time I buy a vehicle off him. I don't know if I'll ever go back to him again. I think he can do better than that. But seriously though, you know, Angelica was fantastic with me. And I didn't know that Alexia, who I met in Avdiivka, the anesthesiologist, I didn't know she lived in Cologne. But I felt guilty being here as long as I was. There's nothing I can do about it. There's nothing I can do at all. You know, there was a possibility maybe if this truck couldn't be repaired, I would take an ambulance from the Netherlands, bring it to Kramatorsk. You know, not really what I wanted to do, but it, you know, it would have been cool. I would have got all my stuff there. But I got to be honest with you. You know, it's really depressing. It's like, yeah, we went to Bruges. Yeah, we had an amazing time. It's like a fairy tale. I enjoyed Angelica's company, you know, meet all her friends. But it's like I'm doing nothing. I'm waiting. And I got this course I've been studying for off and on. But when I get all this free time, I can't do it. It's like I need to be under pressure to perform. If I'm under pressure, I do amazing. You know, I can't wait to get up in the morning. But when there's no pressure, there's no point. So this has been really, really, as good as it's been quite hard. And that's why I went on Kungsleden. That trip, by the way, anybody who doesn't follow my community posts, that's where I put more information on my YouTube community posts. That raised over 11,500 euros in funding, in Swedish donations and different supporters, and all that money's gone to Blue Gula Billen, which has provided more cars than any other organization to the Ukrainian army that I know of. They're on like 320 vehicles now, mostly like this. I'm not knocking the other guys, I think they do amazing, but they're Swedish, they help me, so I wanted to promote them, doing Sweden's longest hiking trail. Makes sense. Well, we've been playing Tetris for a bit. It's looking good. This is what every aspiring Ukraine jockey such as Harley must do. We'll clean this up in a bit. Pack like Tetris. Rip things out of bags. Ram it anywhere you can. This is Ben. Hello. Say hi, Ben.
Hello.
Ben is from Bad Homburg, which is a very well-to-do area of Germany. He's 28 years old and he's single, ladies. He speaks English and German. How many times you been to Ukraine?
One time.
One time, but you'll be back again?
Hope so.
Yeah. And look at these BF Goodrich he got me. When we got the patrol last year, who was donated by a very nice American guy who I've never met in person. He's a nice guy, isn't he?
Andreas, nice, yeah.
Yeah, very nice.
Cool guy.
I'd like to meet him. These tires were promised by the dealer, but he was 6 months getting them. And now I've got them. So Ben kept hassling the guy. He got the tires. They're pretty much the best you can buy. BF Goodrich all-terrains. And just like Ben, you're kind of all-terrain too, aren't you? You're not the fastest, but you can go down a road and you can go through mud, can't you?
I'm liking me.
Yes, you are. Well, we got more room than I thought. I guess we'll just have to buy more shit on the way. That's a good idea, right?
Yeah.
I've got the money in the bank, so I'll just do it. I'll just buy more shit. He calls me up with a Kia Sorento, 150,000 kilometers, diesel Kia Sorento, 4-wheel drive, at an amazing price. And why is it so cheap, Ben? Well, because it needs this and this and this, and I looked at everything. and that's why, and I'll fix it. And he brings it to Ukraine with Enrico, and it's still with 1st Armoured Brigade, and I'm very happy with that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Me too.
Igor Petrovich, like my Ukraine dad. So tell the good people of YouTube. I mean, you're even bored enough that you watch my YouTube videos.
The YouTube videos are fucking insane, man. It's the hiking videos and all the stuff. It was good. I enjoyed it. You know, it's good content.
You
Funny guy.
You like the hiking videos.
I like all the videos because it's just you know, you're a good one. You can put smiles on people's faces, and it's I think most of life's sense. You know, you have to do it.
Well, we're here talking about you now, not my YouTube.
No, but it's the meaning of life is like bring something to somebody else you might miss yourself in your life, you know.
Kind of like how you want to help Ukraine, like I want to help Ukraine.
Yeah, of course. But I also wanted to help you, you know.
Well, it was a big thing.
Yeah.
Like,
it was a big thing because I could help you, you know. It's like you're doing a good stuff, and I can contribute to that, and that's what it's all about, you know. Just bring something to somebody that you can provide or might miss yourself.
well, at the end of the day, you have a specialist skill. You know, like in Donbass, for example, a mechanic it's like the world has changed. A good mechanic is worth just as much as a good doctor, sometimes more. Because if the vehicles don't run, the war stops.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
But
you were obsessed with the war from day one.
yeah, it ran like 24/7 in my room. I had the webcams on, and I wanted to help. And some good people I knew from the flooding in Germany that presented me with a good opportunity to help some people. And then I got to know cool Americans, cool Germans, cool everybody. You know, I even got to know you from that. You know,
You volunteered during the flooding?
yeah.
What was that like? Like, what year was that?
21.
Yeah, year before.
Yeah, it was. Well, I met some people from Switzerland, and they invited me kind of to help in the flooding, and from that on I kept contact with them. And then when the war started, I got in contact with them and people I knew from the flooding area.
Yeah.
And then I just wanted to go to the border and look what we can do, what we could
So
do.
you were on the border with Enrico there in March,
Yeah.
and all them.
Enrico showed me the whole thing. Enrico and his friend, they showed me the whole area. They showed me around, you know, where you can eat, where you can get coffee, where you can do that and that. What's in the camp of us. He showed me around, and yeah.
What was it
Okay.
like? What did you do during the flooding? Like, were you helping people, like transporting people to get them out and shit?
No.
I couldn't even imagine what that's like.
But that was just the military and police and fire and THW and stuff.
So what were you guys doing? Because I don't have a clue.
At the first days, the most of our camp was doing search and rescue stuff, like looking for people that could. Well, they weren't searching for live people, you know. They were searching for
dead
bodies.
people.
Yeah,
And animals.
and no, not animals. Maybe some crawfish or something that stank up the place, but more like people. And yeah, then I think at the second or the third day, I went down in the valley and just looked around what we can do. Just get buckets, build human chains, and get the mud off the buildings, out of the buildings, and then go from one to the next when the
Try to save infrastructure.
yeah
Yeah.
infrastructure and hotels for people to stay, to come help. You know, there was what was it called? There was a big hotel that's in Maischoss.
Okay.
They had a lot of rooms and the hotel was in good condition, so we put a lot of work in to get the hotel working again, so people can live there and help from there, because the villages after that were still kind of shut off, and then it was a good starting point. And we were like 50 people, and at the beginning maybe 20, but then we were 50, 100, 150, and then we had the whole place for us, and they were everywhere. Like the guys from the unit, from the 22nd wildlife thing.
Yeah.
They were doing a lot of good stuff and just helping people all around, towing, helping, digging, cleaning up.
Yeah.
Everything.
But anybody could do anything there. Like if you lost your car in the flooding, you have family in Hamburg or something. Like, it's just like Ukraine. Anything you can think of can be done.
Yeah. They were just everybody. Just you could be
come stay in my house.
Yeah, of course. But
shit like that.
But also everybody, like maybe also in Ukraine, everybody had its purpose. Everybody could come from anywhere. No matter what he was doing, he could do something for the people that needed help.
Yes.
No matter where you come from, I could be a mechanic. The next guy could be a paramedic, or I don't know. But we could do all the same stuff and help people to get to the point where they can live again, or maybe renovate their houses or stuff.
That's where helping started for you, like on an organized level.
That led to the 22nd stuff, the hunt, and all the social gatherings of the organization that went on, and then led from one thing to another. And then I was at the border of Ukraine and met a lot of people, and now I can maybe help more,
And are you still doing stuff now, like besides helping me today?
Yeah, I clean up the forest. I do my work. I help people, but if I get the chance, I will, of course, help again.
Of course,
especially if you tell me, hey, here, come on,
come do this, motherfucker.
Yeah, of course.
How long were you in Ukraine when you guys came and you brought the car? Because you guys went all over the country to deliver stuff.
I think we went Thursday, drove Friday and Saturday.
Yeah.
Then we were in Lviv.
Yeah.
Stayed for the night where you came into.
Yes.
Well, you came,
we drove together that trip.
Yeah. And you came a little bit late because of the border.
Yeah.
And then I think 4 or 6 days.
You went as far as like Donbass, or to Zaporizhia or somewhere.
I went to Dnipro.
Yeah.
And the others went to Kharkiv.
Yes.
And Izium. I saw the Rob Roy Lane, the American fighter guy.
Yeah.
He posted the welcome to Izium, guys, and I was like, fuck yeah. I was like, now it's going right, This was nice. It was freeing,
Yeah.
It just was going off.
Then later Le Mans. I was there when we went into Le Mans on the first day. Very weird. Very weird. I wonder if it's like that, like you helping with the floods, like the first contact, maybe sometimes anybody, it doesn't have to be a war, when people need help, they need help.
Yeah, but in your case, they need special help. I mean, hands down, you can't really compare the flooding to the war zone, because
I don't think so.
It takes a lot of balls, man.
Because, I don't know if you know this, but I know somebody that was helping during Hurricane Katrina.
Mm-hmm.
And the Red Cross, I'm not saying they didn't do anything, but one thing they had was, no, this is a true story. They had an empty van with big Red Cross, like a Ford F-150 or whatever they got, like a Ford Transit van. And wherever the media was doing reports, their job was to drive around and always drive by. So when the reporters doing their interview for WKRP News, it's they'll see Red Cross driving by.
Yeah, that sounds like the Ahrtal.
But at the end of the day, a lot of it comes down to normal people. Just, what am I going to do? I don't know. I'm going to do something, but I'll just get there. Yeah. I'll bring whatever. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Ordinary people.
Everybody.
And same in the war.
Yeah.
Same in the war.
If everybody packs on just one thing, the whole thing would be a lot shorter,
That's what I'm saying.
everybody has to pick up something and do something, because people tend to forget. I noticed in the last years they always tend to forget stuff that's happening on the world because they have it good enough.
Yeah, it's like that. It's like that.
Yeah, it's also the media, but you know, I mean, you really good analyzed it with Jack Sparrow. Not Jack Sparrow. How's the guy
Jack
called?
Sparrow.
How's the guy called?
What guy?
The guy that took all the media from Ukraine and put it on his stupid law case with Amber Heard and
I don't know.
Johnny Depp.
Johnny
The Johnny
Depp.
Depp case. That
Johnny
took
Depp. He fucked us.
Yeah.
It was well. It was two things that happened. It was the Texas school shooting.
Yeah.
And I agree with that because that was horrible.
Yeah.
And you're American, and that's close home, and that could happen to. Well, please God, no. But I understand that. But the Johnny Depp thing, that's Kardashians. That shit don't matter. And forgive me here, like Bundesliga, Premier League or NHL if you're from Canada, or football, don't fucking matter.
No.
Not in real life.
No.
Do you know what I mean? But these are all distractions for the masses.
Yes.
And Johnny Depp was just like, ooh, walk into the fucking wall. You know what I mean? It's
bread and games.
But people who still cared, like you've actually come, you worked on the border, but the fact that, I mean, you're still back here paying your bills, doing things, and I want to ask you an insider mechanic thing for the audience, which we talked about earlier, but it requires a great amount of caring and empathy to still do what you can when you can. You know what I mean? This is like, I'm saying that it's not the exciting war like at the beginning, or the terrifying war like, ooh, Putin's going to take Kiev in 3 days and like, what's going to happen? And for months, like couple months, people were hooked. They don't give a shit.
No.
But you care.
I care just because I think you care. You know, you care because there are people. And if, like I said, everybody takes a part in this whole game, we would be a lot further. We could be a lot more evolved in the human mind. You know, everything could be a lot easier, because people don't work together. They always work for themselves and not together.
Well, I as you know, I was in Texas, and I went to Florida and took a course, and I don't want to cause any controversy, you know, with people, but there was that real, all the people who volunteered, or the people like online, like the NAFO army and all this shit, there's kind of a bit of that real like American spirit, you know what I mean? We're going to take the law into our own hands. Like we weren't going to leave it to our governments. Do you know what I mean? We were going to do we couldn't do it without our governments, but I mean, we weren't going to just leave it to the experts.
Yeah, but it's most of the experts are in places where they can show people that can show people, you know, they give courses and maybe can save lives through teaching. So I'm
talking about the guys on TV like General Ben Hodges and shit like that, you know, like on CNN and this government advisory board and stuff. Like, we don't want to leave it to them alone.
As long as they don't open up about the list of Epstein's Island and everything in comparison to that, I don't believe shit.
No.
And they don't have an opinion in anything. If they don't talk about this, they don't have to talk about anything.
We keep the war alive, though. Well, no, but
you keep the war alive. You people keep the war alive, not the CNN guys. They just take money off of it and make some, I don't know.
No, but you, me, every day, everyone. You told me like, I mean, you do your volunteering here when you can help. But the things you follow on YouTube as well to keep informed.
Yeah.
You don't turn off the channel. You've had the Ukraine conversation with other people before.
Yes.
And
because I don't want the people here, if I come to circles here, I don't want to be the uninformed guy, you know. They talk shit, they spread misinformation, and I can counter them with maybe the right information. Don't matter on what side it is, but you can counter with the true information and inform the people if you follow the regular stuff online, because the biggest war is in the world is right now going on 3,000 kilometers east of here.
2 days drive from here, the Russian horde is rocking.
So why the fuck are you not
Concerned?
listening to the important stuff and going to Johnny Depp's trial?
This is it.
Yeah.
Aye.
Maybe you have to go to Rumble with that.
I don't know. Just keep trying. So tell me this. How many years you've been a mechanic?
Well, my father is a mechanic his whole life.
So you've been around it your whole life?
Yeah.
And you've been doing basically your whole life. You've been a mechanic.
I've been washing cars on this place like I was from 7 years for some money, and then I started buying 1 or 2 cars, and then I started repairing one, and then I made a school for mechanic in Germany, and from there on I put my own business in place, and now it's going up.
Tell me this.
But it's going.
You do this work. I've just been 13 days delayed in Germany, waiting for parts, getting the work done. And I can't help but think this diesel particle filter, I don't want to cause any trouble with environmentalists because I want a clean environment, but I wouldn't, if I didn't have this EU regulated part in my vehicle, I wouldn't have this problem. When did cars get shit? This is what I'm saying. Like we were talking earlier, we were looking at that BMW 2010. We're looking at mine, 2012 Mitsubishi. What year can you go back to that cars weren't shit and they were still good? And you were going to get 250, 300,000 kilometers guaranteed.
It's like in the 90s. 90s is the last era where you had cars that just worked. I mean, the Asian cars, you know, the Mitsubishis a lot of times, the Toyotas and Hyundais and everything, they work till 200,000 and they break down. But the German cars and European cars, they were better in the 90s or before that. Like you had place to work on, you had visual proof that this is the part you have to change because you saw it, and it's not on some plastic coverage. But yeah,
I don't even know what I'm looking at with that engine there. There's more plastic in there than anything.
Yeah, that's fucked up, and it's a lot of people in Germany call the mechanics only part changer nowadays, because in big shops like in BMW or Mercedes, you get the new cars. Yeah. You put on the dongle the CBD. No.
The CBD, yeah, like
CBD.
and some THC.
No. The OCB.
The computer reader.
The computer reader.
Yeah, you plug in for the codes.
You plug in, and then you can see what's wrong, and they just replace the part. And if it's not working, they have to go to the specialist area of the workshop. You know, they don't do the deep work, you know.
So it's designed, everything's designed to fuck up. Like I had an air sensor go once on a Transit. I had to go to every mechanic. Then I had to go to Ford and pay the big money. Yeah. And they even then they couldn't fix it because it happened, it wouldn't happen. It happened, it wouldn't happen. I had to go to the garage, into the garage and say, please come with me. No, you have to go up to the office. And I said, please, mate, I've been here how many times here with this truck? I'm already 3,000 into it. Can you just come now because it's acting up? And he's like, oh, okay. And he hooked it up while we're driving. He's like, oh, it's that problem. I was 2.5 months chasing that problem. That wouldn't have happened 20 years ago.
No, that wouldn't have.
It'd be like, yeah, this is wrong.
Yes.
Change
the
it.
Mechanics in the
I'm out for 500, not 3,000.
The mechanics in the earlier days diagnosed more by sounds and by how the car is feeling. And now, like I said, they just plug in the computer and read out the problem and tell you maybe that's it. And you have in every code you have, every mistake code you have, there are at least 5 possibilities of course. There's everything. You're like from the sensor itself to the cable to the pins and everything back to the ECU. Everything. Like everything in this chain of command can be the cause of the error. And it's fucking mad. I have to tell people, like customers, well, it could be this, but if it's not that, maybe we have to do a little more expensive, and then the more expensive, and then you have to buy a new ECU for 5,000 euros and drive to Mercedes and get it learned to your car. Like, what's that? It's not cars anymore. That's not mechanic anymore. That's electronics. It's not fun. But you get money.
Well, it's not fun for me sitting in Germany for 13
I
days.
believe that. That's also the supply chain and everything. It's fucked up.
No, but if this was the patrol back in Ukraine, what's the problem? It's that we wouldn't have that problem.
Yeah. It's Mitsubishi. They're boxed in. You know, everything is caged in. You don't see very well into the motor. It's complicated with these cars.
It's like a woman, Ben. It's like a woman.
I wouldn't say that.
It's my YouTube. I can say it.
Yeah, maybe.
Because then I get more comments. Brandon, you're a blah, 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 which adds to the algorithm. See, I'm learning. Just like the last video, I wrote AK-47 instead of AK-74 because it does better. AK-47 does better on the algorithm, and I was hoping for trolls to say, "You don't know what you're talking about. Only one person bit." I can't even get the trolls to attack me anymore. Only one person.
Man.
You know what I mean? Said that Brandon's getting his AK-74 in brackets up his ass by the Russians, and I could only get one person out of like 250 comments to troll me.
Fuck.
It's like, yeah, I know. I can't even, like, cars don't do what they want anymore, and even trolls aren't doing what they're supposed to do.
Maybe you have to do like more aggressive selling strategies.
What, to get people to hate me more?
Yeah. Maybe if you want trolls, you have to go all in.
I'm going to start using those. I'm going to start using Cyrillic hashtags again, because I write Ukraine, but I write it the Russian way, and I write Donbass the Russian way in the comment in the hashtags. I always get loads of trolls when I do that, and that helps the videos. So because I can write it in Ukrainian, I can write Ukraine in Ukrainian, and there's only 2 million hits. But if I write it in Russian, there's like 5 million hits. Do you see that the more the hashtags used?
Yeah.
So it's like I pick the Russian ones, and I get more trolls hating me, and but it gets more views.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, it's getting pushed up by the algorithm because it's commented more. No?
Do you have any trolls in your life?
Only myself.
I'm my own worst troll. I gotta get out of here.
Yeah, me too.
I love you.
Go home. Me too.
Do you know who else loves you?
Jesus.
Jesus loves you, brother. Jesus loves you. Is that you or me?
That's me.
That's you.
Sorry.
Turn this shit off. Well, that was a nice time with Ben. Got to crack on. But have a look. The German car industry in motion. Not sure where the plant is, but I'm south of Frankfurt and I just watch them go. They don't run on their own. Wonder what's in those carriages. Now, if this was about 70, 80 years ago, I'd be scared to